guys, welcome back to my channel if you are new here. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing our homeschool summer plans. So I think I've already mentioned this, but this year we've decided to only take 1 month off for summer, just take the month of June, and then to go straight back into our normal lesson plans and take a longer Christmas break. We live in North Florida, and it's very hot here, so taking a longer break in the winter makes much more sense than taking a longer break in the summer. But for our month off, I did want to do something a little bit more fun, but still educational to still keep my daughter learning. If you're new here, my daughter is 3 years old, so I didn't want to just completely stop learning and stop school, and she's still asked to do school. So I decided to do something a little bit more fun that we could cater to us and really just make fun for the summer. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you what that is. Hi. Do you wanna say hi?
Hi.
So this is Madison. She's apparently going to join me for a minute.
Mommy, help me.
So for this summer, we decided to get Gather Round unit on Oceans. So each of their units is supposed to take 4 to 6 weeks. We planned this one out for 4, and we're gonna give it a shot. I have tried Gather Round with her before. We tried the Christmas unit last year, and honestly, it didn't work out so hot for us. It was a little too advanced for her at that point in time, but she is older. She's almost 6 months older at this point. So we're gonna see how it goes this time. And so I have printed off the pre-reader bundle, which if you haven't seen this, check out their website. I'll have it linked down below. I can also do a flip through if anybody wants to see it. But yeah, I just printed off the whole pre-reader unit, and this was the only one that I bought. So I did not order the whole digital package. I got the pre-reader, and I got the teacher's guide, but I didn't get all the other levels just because honestly it was cheaper this way, and if it doesn't work out for us, I didn't spend a lot of money on something that doesn't work for us. So we're gonna give this a shot. I just hole punched them, double-sided printed, put them in 3-ring binders, and then I sat down to plan. And this is where I got really worked up, like in a good way. So I didn't love the planning sheets in the teacher guide. They do have some planning sheets with different lessons. It lists each lesson and you can fill it in. I'll put screenshots here. Personally, I just didn't love that. It didn't work for my brain. It didn't work for my style. So I'm gonna show you what I did to plan this out, and I'll be right back. So to plan out this unit, I started with 2 super basic things: a large index card and a printed calendar. This I got off Google. It was just a free calendar for the month of June. So initially what I did after I got these 2 things, this just took it out of the box and printed this off. The first thing I did was go through the teacher guide and look at the suggested books. So they have a ton of suggested books for all different levels in the teacher's guide, from pre-reader all the way up through high school. I chose, I believe, mainly the early elementary and early reader books that I'm gonna do as read alouds. Obviously my 3-year-old is not reading, so I will be doing all this reading, but I picked 8 books that we will read. So it breaks down to about 2 a week, and I scheduled them out on the calendar. So that was the first thing I did, was I picked out the 8 books, and I'll show you what those are. So these are all the books that we picked. I know. There's a lot. And some of them honestly might be age appropriate. Some of them might not be. As I said, they're read aloud. So as I'm reading, if it seems like it's too much, I can just stop. This is actually the one that I'm most concerned about. And this is the Titanic Lost and Found, which I loved learning about the Titanic. I still love learning about the Titanic. It might be a bit too advanced for a 3-year-old, but it is a stepping into reading book, and it does say grade 2. So, like I said, it might be too much, or she might listen to it and enjoy it, who knows. So One thing I really try not to do is limit what I introduce my daughter to. I try to introduce anything that I think she might be interested in. And then if she's not, she's not. And that's fine. So we have the Titanic. We have Andre, the famous harbor seal, which I remembered this movie from the 90s. Me and my husband both had memories of watching this movie. So we found the book, which was really hard to find. I actually had to end up getting this off of thrift books. They did not have it at either of my local libraries. So I bought it off thrift books, but it's actually really nice condition, so I'm very surprised by that. And then we got the movie also from our local library. We were able to find the movie Andre from the 90s. If anyone else is like my age, you know, mid-30s, you probably remember that with the little girl in the yellow rain jacket. So we got that to watch and read. We got Shark Lady, the true story of how Eugenie Clark became the ocean's most fearless scientist. Because the library puts these clear covers on them, it makes a lot of reflection. I'm sorry. We got The Magic School Bus on the Ocean Floor. We got The Littlest Lighthouse Keeper. We got Hello Lighthouse, which I actually found this through 5 in a row. They have another mini unit that goes with just this book. So I also did get that. They have their $10 mini units. So I got that as well so we can dive deeper into this book. I got Manfish, the story of Jacques Cousteau. And the last one is Flying Deep, Climb Inside Deep Sea Submersible Alvin. So I thought this would go along with our Titanic book. So once I picked out all the books, I also went through their TV show recommendations and their movie recommendations. And basically I wrote everything down on this index card. If you can see that, you can actually go ahead and screenshot this if you want to do pretty much the exact same mini unit I'm doing. I just wrote everything down. So I picked out 3 movies because we're going to do movie nights on some weekends. And the movies I picked were Andre, as I already said, Finding Nemo, which is on Disney+, and also Oceans, which is a documentary on Disney+. So I'm trying to make use of what we have. I didn't want to spend money buying movies. I didn't want to spend money renting movies. So I really went through the media sources that we have accessible to us. Andre was the only one that I had a hard time finding. But as I said, I did find it on DVD at our local library. TV shows, we will also be watching The Magic School Bus, which goes along with the book that I showed you. And if anyone's looking for Magic School Bus, now that it is off Netflix, or it will be soon, I don't remember the exact date it was leaving, but if you have Hoopla, if you have a local library card, Hoopla is a digital media thing through, I believe, most libraries now. They have the entire series of Magic School Bus. Because I was about to buy it on Amazon, and then I saw someone in one of the groups I'm in comment that it was on Hoopla. So check that out. And then the last thing I went through and picked out were 2 art projects and 2 science projects. Obviously, we haven't done these yet, so I don't have finished projects to show. I will insert pictures up here showing what I found. I basically found all these on Pinterest. I will link them down below, and I'll have them pinned over on my Pinterest board if you want to go find me over there. Again, I have that link in the description box. But for art, we are making a sun catcher, and this was super easy. Let me see. I have some of the supplies here. So it's just tissue paper, cardstock, and contact paper, clear contact paper, and you make a sun catcher. So we're going to be doing that. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the Under the Sea stained glass. We're making stained glass with this and contact paper. The other one is a sun catcher, which I found again on Pinterest, and it just uses this glue, like this crazy glittery glue, and some little fish. I found these little stickers on Amazon. I'll link them down below. But you can also use like anything you cut off with your Cricut. I think you could cut out like glittery cardstock and use that. You don't need these foam ones. And I believe they also had these at Michael's, but I'm an Amazon junkie, so I got them off Amazon. But that will be for our sun catcher. So you just pour that into a peanut butter lid, any kind of round lid that you have. Sour cream would work, butter. Pour the glue in, put in these things, and let it dry. And for science projects, we have 2 that we're doing, and we will be doing a ocean in a bottle science project, which I'm actually really excited to do. It's like baby oil and water, and it makes like an ocean. I guess you put little fish in there, which I have not bought yet. I need to go to Dollar Tree and find some little fish. But yeah, you put little fish in there, little sea animals, and put them in a Coke bottle, an empty soda bottle, and make an ocean in a bottle. And then the last thing we will be doing is the salt versus fresh water and different buoyancies in salt water versus fresh water. This is the one that I'm not sure my daughter's quite old enough for, but we were playing with this a little bit at my parents' pool, and she was really enjoying seeing what would float and what would not. So we're gonna play with that with some salt water and just try different things around our house to see if they will float or sink in the different types of water. Once I had all of my resources picked out, I have all my books, all my movies, all that kind of stuff, I went to my calendar. Like I said, this was just a free printable I found on Google, and I planned out all of the lessons. So this lesson plan has 20 lessons. So I planned it out starting June 1st and just wrote in a lesson a day all the way down to here. So that was obviously the main bulk of it. The mini unit from Gather Round is the spine of what we are doing. So that was probably the easiest part to plug in. After that, I plugged in 2 books a week. So I tried to put the books in orders that made sense to go together. It's like I have 2 Lighthouse books, they went together. We're also doing a Lighthouse field trip. I will put a little clip of where we're going up here. We are going to a lighthouse in Georgia and touring that, and there's a museum and there's a World War II museum and all kinds of stuff there. So we're gonna go up to Georgia for a Saturday and do that. So for that week, I put the Hello Lighthouse and the Littlest Lighthouse Keeper. We have, the only other 2 that I had that really went together were Titanic and the one about Alvin. Our last field trip for this unit is going to be a beach day. So Saturday the 26th, we're gonna be going and just playing at the beach for the day. I felt that was like kind of a fitting end. After that, we only have 1 day left of this lesson plan. So thought that was fitting. And then we will also be making beachy cupcakes. I'll put a picture right here. I found these on Pinterest. They look delicious. And we'll be making those and just having fun decorating them like the beach. So that is our summer plan, and that'll take us from June 1st, which is actually today, the day that I'm filming this. And it'll take us all the way through to the 28th. And then we start school back up, normal school. Our good old Rebecca, I'll link the video up above where I'm showing what we're doing next year. We start that on the 5th of July. It sounds so weird to say that. Coming from a public school world, saying we're starting school on the 5th of July is so weird. But I also love it because that means we get to take a longer break for Christmas and in the winter when it's not miserable outside. But that is our summer plan. I hope you guys got some great ideas from it. If you're planning on using the Oceans unit, I hope you got some ideas of what you could add for younger children. I know I've seen a ton of these videos, and usually they're more geared towards at least the early elementary age, if not older, or early elementary to like junior high school. I feel like I haven't seen much with the pre-reader. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and it gave you some ideas. If you want to see inside the pre-reader workbook, comment down below and let me know. I can totally do a flip through of that. Because like I said, I know I couldn't find one. I went off the pages that I saw on their website, but I can totally flip through it. And yeah, that is our summer plans. Comment down below and let me know, what are you guys doing for the summer? Do you just take the whole time off? Do you just take, you know, a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever you decide? Do you just take it off and do nothing schoolwork? Or do you do a mini unit like this? Or do you add in some of those summer workbooks I've seen? What do y'all do? Because I would love to know, especially as Madison gets older. Obviously, I'm going to have to learn and adjust our plans. So comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know you liked it. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. That's perfectly fine too. If you are new, welcome. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. And I hope I will see you all in my next video. Bye y'all. Bye.